What is up, YouTube? Back to back videos. Crazy, right? It's Macabre back today with another Destiny 2 video, and this is one that you absolutely need to get around to doing. That's right, Hawkmoon is in Destiny 2. However, the quest isn't too bad. There are a couple pieces that are a little grindy, so get to working on it. First thing you're gonna need to do in order to start the quest is head to the spider over on the Tangled Shore. You're gonna pick up a quest from him called "As the Crows As the Crow Flies." This quest requires you to gather 5 feathers all over the place. The first one being on the Tangled Shore, but then it takes you to other planets. So be ready to travel around a little bit for this quest. And yes, this quest has you return to a certain someone several times. And no, it's not Banshee this time. Don't worry. The first of these feathers is immediately after you leave Spider's lair, on top of the box to the right of the room. Or to the left as you leave, sorry, pardon me. If you're kind of confused, this is what I'm saying, follow on screen. It's right where this guy's standing. He just wanted to make sure everyone knew where it was at. But it's standing right there, or sitting right there, okay? Number 2, you're going to head to the EDZ, this time fast travel to the Sludge. You're going to follow the path on screen, or if you have a good guess, just kind of go and explore, right? It's up on a banister, kind of an old railing of something. Just jump up there, pick it up. Real simple. Now, the third of these wings is on the Cosmodrome. So you're going to want to travel to the steps, right, where Shahan is. Shahan, right? That's his name. Yeah. You're going to head to him, and, the pillar that it says in the clue, yep, that's right. You're going to jump on the pillar right to your right as soon as you spawn in at the steps. If you're, once again, confused, look on screen. Now, this fourth wing, another super easy one, and if you know any ounce about the lore of who this is that we're talking about, you'll know you need to go to the Dreaming City. You're going to go to the Dreaming City, and you're going to travel to the Devilian Mists and head as if you were going to the Blind Well. You're going to head to the Blind Well area, but before you get through that big opening, that door that takes you out from the open world and into the Blind Well area, you're going to stop and it'll be to your left underneath the arch there. The fifth and the final feather is honestly the one that's going to take the most work. You're going to travel to where Eris is on the moon, and then you're going to work your way towards Archer's Line. Once you get into Archer's Line, you're going to need to take a right towards the end of it on the north side, and you're going to head down into the Hall of Wisdom, and then eventually make your way into the Shrine of Oryx. Eventually, you're going to get to this old D1 strike boss room, and it's going to be sitting right on the ground there. Once again, if you are confused, follow the path on screen. This one definitely threw a lot of people for a loop, and it does take a little bit to get there. Like I said, probably the longest one, okay? Now, once you have all the feathers, you're going to head back to the crow. He's going to give you this new quest called Cry from Beyond, and it's going to require you to go on or complete the mission. The quest is called Let Loose Thy Talents. During this mission, I suggest using Stompies as well as Lion Rampants, just because some of the jumps are a little difficult to make without them, but not impossible. Once you finish the mission, you're going to be following this crow or hawk, but once you finish it, it's going to present you with a broken Hawkmoon. You're going to need to collect this Hawkmoon to move on to the next step of the quest. Now, head back to the crow. Yes, again, and you're going to give the next step of the quest. This next step requires you to collect and generate 50 orbs of power. Ugh. Easiest way to do this, as we all know, is head to the blind well in the Dreaming City. You're going to need to make sure that you're using masterworked weapons, and to pick up the orbs of harmony, use an ad clearing super such as Stormcaller, hammers, arc staff, and make sure you pick up the orbs that you just spawned. It'll be super easy if you do that. I completed this step in about half or so of a run in tier 3 blind well, so it's really quite simple. After you complete this part of the quest, you're going to need to return to the crow. Yes, again, and he's going to give you instructions to return to the EDZ. This time, however, in Trostland. To complete another mission, kind of, you're going to jump up onto a building in the background gameplay, and you're going to follow the doors in the back to get to a new area of the map, which is eventually going to lead you to the final boss room of Lake of Shadows. Throughout this, you're going to need to pick up 4 feathers, and the 4 feathers are highlighted, and I found super easy to pick up along the way. But in case you miss one or you're a little unsure, they're not highlighting for whatever reason, I have them on screen. As well as bring a sword, because the boss at the end is a little tanky, and having a sword just creamed him. Okay? After you complete this, return to the crow once more. Again. And the next step is probably the worst step of this entire quest. Not bad, but just really long and really grindy. You're going to need to do one of two things. Either A, defeat champions, or B, defeat guardians in Gambit and Crucible matches. So quick tip, and really you just got to be honest with yourself here. Crucible's not the best way to go about this, unless you are capable of dropping 40 plus kills consistently in a control match. If you're not one of those people, and I'm not one of those people, it's okay. Get a group together and run the legendary Lost Sectors. Each Lost Sector averages about 4 champions, and each champion is about 3% on this part of the quest, so a full run is about 12%. And just for a time average, you should be able to run through like the Asterian Abyss Lost Sector on legendary difficulty with one person plus yourself in a little less than 3 minutes if you're on top of it. In the Crucible, however, progress is slightly more efficient, just based on the amount of kills that you get each match. But keep in mind that if I can do a Lost Sector run in about 3 minutes, and it takes me a full 10 minutes to get a Crucible match done, which is really the best way to go about it. A Lost Sector run gave me 12%, and in the Crucible match that I tested this in, I got 21 kills and walked away with about 11%. So for me, Lost Sectors were no-brainer. After the step, you're on to the final step, and you're going to need to return to the sludge on the EDZ and start up the final mission and get Hawkmoon during the mission. Yeah, that's right, you get Hawkmoon during this mission. Once again, you're going to want to put on those exotics that help boost your jump. So Lion Rampants and Stompies really help. Towards the latter end, after killing a couple bosses, you're actually going to be able to pick up and use Hawkmoon. I highly recommend it. Obviously, the nostalgia that this weapon holds for so many Destiny players is unreal, so pick up and use the weapon, please. And now on to the weapon itself. Hawkmoon is a kinetic exotic hand cannon, the exotic perk being Paracausal Shot. Final blows and precision hits with Hawkmoon grant stacks of paracausal damage. The final round in the magazine deals bonus damage based on the number of stacks. Stowing Hawkmoon on the final round removes this buff. Pardon me. I think a lot of people are going to think this is underrated. I wouldn't be too sure. It sounds pretty strong, so we'll have to see whether that holds true or not. The additional perks being Corkscrew Rifling, Alloy Magazine. Its secondary perk being Transformative. Future drops of this weapon will have random rolls, and Smooth Grip. Transformative? Kind of weird. I don't think we've ran into this before. If we have, let me know down below. Are we going to be able to farm for this in the future? If so, I'm kind of hyped for it. With that, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're all excited as much as I am to have this beautiful hand cannon back in Destiny. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and a sub down below. Please, that'll help me out. And with that, get back to grinding, you crazy guardians.